Hi guys, Matt Limke here with Through Gamer Goggles. Today we have a RPG review. This is a full review on Pirate Borg from Limitron Press, or just Limitron. 2 years ago I got to do a review with, an interview with Luke at Gen Con. You can check that out here. I also did a flip through so you can take a look at everything in the book. We're not going to go into great detail on that. We're going to talk about how it works. Not in great detail. It is something that we have played 4 times now, and it's quite interesting. Okay, so before you understand what Pirate Borg is, you kind of have to understand what Mork Borg is, because Pirate Borg is based off that same rule set. And Mork Borg is a tabletop RPG with pretty light rules, as is Pirate Borg. They both have pretty light rules. Pretty easy character creation. Anyway, they're both set in what I would consider a very dark tone. Grim. The world is ending. It's coming to an end and you are a part of it. This is not a game you play to be a hero. I mean, there's a lot of things that are heroic, but you're not setting out to be a paladin chasing down dragons or a knight in shining armor. You're playing this game kind of be like a survivor, a little bit more like the whole idea of surviving a zombie apocalypse or surviving the alien infestation from the Alien movies. Character creation, as I mentioned, is very quick, very easy. You can do it one of 2 ways. You can come up with your character concept and go and run with it. When we played, we actually did everything at random. I think one of the craziest characters we had was actually a sorcerer. The sorcerer... the sorcerer with the devil's luck was a blast. But we also rolled on all the other random charts too. And how do I say this without being too crazy? He had a fetish that was... that we played up a lot. And I'm going to have to leave it at that because I don't really know how to describe it too well. Combat in and of itself is pretty straightforward. You roll a die, you use the relevant skill. It doesn't matter whether or not that is magic combat or physical combat. You roll a die, you use the relevant skill, and the GM tells you what happened. Pretty much that's how that unfolds. So now, understanding the concepts of Mork Borg, we move into what is Pirate Borg. Pirate Borg takes that same kind of deep, dark overtone of setting of survival in a world where humanity is about to die and jams it all into the Caribbean. You have pirates, you have pirate ships, you have British fleets, you have buccaneers, you have swashbucklers, you have sorcerers, zealots, you even have haunted souls. This rule book has 7 characters in it, or 7 classes in it that you can play. We rolled those at random also. We used a D8. The zealots. So their faith grants them special powers. That's what you pretty much need to know about the differences of the classes. Every class is only about 2 pages in the book, or a fold in the book. The book in and of itself is packed with great art. You can check that out again, like I mentioned in the flip through. Where this book really shines is at 160. I thought it was 162 pages. 163-ish pages. Plus they use the back. This is the cover here. They use the cover. So probably closer to 165 pages of stuff, filled with charts, filled with lore. And that's what sets this apart from a lot of other basic role-playing games. There's a ton of lore in this book. It allows you a lot of pirate craziness. Now there are some things that are different in the book for rules. One is they take rum and carousing pretty seriously. And there's special charts for drinking and how much rum you drink. Special charts for how it affects you, both good and bad. And there's special rules for carousing. Well, with that also said, there's also one commodity in the game that is, I I guess if you grew up when I grew up, the big thing was cocaine. Ash is the cocaine, except it takes the intoxication and poisonness and the desire to own it and control it to whole new levels within this game world. If you take it and you use it, you can die. You can become addicted to it. And basically you find it from, well, eliminating undead. They turn to ash and it becomes an intoxicating drug. So what, oh no, before I give closing thoughts. We managed to play 4 sessions which ran us through this adventure that is 22 pages. And 22 pages is really not fair to say it's 22 pages because these pages are packed. There's a lot, there's a lot that goes on in this book. It's a free-flowing setting, unlike other adventures where you tend to try and outline things more for your players. This is a little bit free. If you're a newer GM, you may get frustrated with that, but just do a little prep and be like, okay, if this happens, do some critical thinking before you play, and you'll be fine. There's enough stuff in the book. We did a lot of stuff random. One of the greatest sessions we had, actually ever, doesn't matter what game we've been playing, and the group that I'm playing with now has been playing for almost 11 years. There's a section in here where they encountered a fish, giant fish, really big fish, and that's where I'm going to leave it because I don't want to spoil too much. And they were trying to help it. They were doing all kinds of things like shoving oars in this fish's mouth. They got knocked into the water. There was a point that my son was laughing so hard he had to run to the restroom because of what our characters managed to do. A great little adventure, and if this book had a little bit more content, we would have really, really went off the beaten track with this. I almost think that this should be a 2-player starter set, or not a 2-player starter set, a Pirate Borg starter set with some like green or ash colored dice. That would be really great entry point for this game. So my closing thoughts. Who is this game for? This game is for not just a niche of people that really like pirate stuff. If you want to do pirates once a year, this is great. It's a great buy. You'll use this the rest of your life. But if you're coming over from Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder and you're expecting to play something where you're a saving the world type of campaign, you might be a little bit frustrated. And if you don't like the dark Caribbean setting, and you don't like pirates, and you don't like swashbuckling, this may not be for you. But there is one thing. Everybody can find a lot of humor in this game if you look. You don't even have to look hard. It just comes up because you're presented with the situation and you do something silly like use an oar to help a fish by shoving it in its mouth. Pirate Borg is available on Limitron's website, probably on Amazon by now. They did recently, well, not recently. It was quite a few months ago now. They did a Kickstarter for the expansions, which I have not got to see yet. If I get to go to Gen Con this year, I am going to definitely look them up if they're there and take a good look at what they have, because we are probably going to try and do something for Speak Like a Pirate Day every year with this game. That's how much fun we had. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day. If you have any questions about any of the specifics for Pirate Borg, I only have this book, so if it's not in this book or in the Buried in the Bahamas adventure, my answer might be limited. I am far from an expert with it, but I am willing to help you any way I can. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Please like, subscribe, and share.
Hi guys. Meet the Nibbles, who's gonna go down. She just decided not to go down my back, so we'll do this for her so she's comfy. Thanks for watching my video, and I appreciate it. Please hit the like button and share it if you know somebody who might be interested. And of course, there's always Twitter and the Facebook thingy, and soon I have a newsletter coming. That'll be down there or in a link below, and my kitty cat loves that idea. So anyway, there was one more thing. Oh yeah, subscribe. Be a part of my community, our community. Let's make it grow together. See you guys at a con somewhere, or a local store, or if I'm driving through the country, maybe a game club. I don't know, you're not going to go knock down my camera. Bye, guys.